In the quiet countryside, far from the hustle and bustle of cities, lived two old men named Elias and Ramon. They were childhood friends. Both retired soldiers who had spent their lives defending their land. Now, they chose to live out their days farming corn. Their farm was simple an old wooden house, a barn, and endless fields of golden crops swaying in the wind. They lived peacefully, planting corn each morning, sipping coffee in the afternoon, and watching the sunset paint the horizon with fire. Every week, salesmen would visit, trying to sell them pots, cleaning products, juices, and all sorts of modern gadgets. But Elias and Ramon never cared for any of it. The only things that made their old eyes sparkle were hunting tools, rifles, bows, arrows, and rare survival gear from around the world. Even in their old age, they remained proud hunters. But there was something missing in their lives. Though they were wealthy from military pensions, land titles, and even some hidden gold from old missions, they had no family. No sons, no daughters, no one to inherit their land or carry on their legacy. One evening, as they watched the sun dip below the hills, Ramon sighed. "We're getting old, Elias, when we die. This farm dies with us." Elias nodded slowly, his gaze fixed on the fading light. "Then let's adopt an heir." But who? They had no children of their own, so they reached out to distant relatives, searching for young men with potential, someone who could carry their family name with honor. After weeks of letters and calls, they found 3 candidates. First, there was Matteo. He was focused, ambitious, and incredibly skilled with numbers. Then came Lucas, who was hardworking, quiet, and resourceful. And finally, there was Tomas, a humble, soft-spoken young man with gentle manners and kind, warm eyes. The old men laid out a single rule for them. "You will live with us for 1 year. Each of you will receive $10,000. You must invest it. Whoever earns the greatest return by the end of the year shall inherit our entire fortune." The challenge immediately excited Matteo and Lucas. Their eyes gleamed with ambition. Tomas, on the other hand, simply bowed his head and said, "Thank you for this chance." And so the competition began. The 3 young men moved into the old farmhouse. They helped in the fields, fed the animals, and listened to the stories of Elias and Ramon. But their approaches to the challenge were vastly different. Matteo spent his days and nights glued to his laptop, researching crypto charts, investment strategies, and the latest market trends. He was determined to find the next big thing. Lucas took a different path. He traveled across provinces, scouting for abandoned farmlands. He was a shrewd negotiator, signing contracts and planning agricultural improvements to maximize his investment. Tomas, however, spent most of his time with Elias and Ramon. He cooked for them, helped them with their medicine, fixed broken fences, and cleaned the barn. He even learned to hunt using Ramon's old bow. He wasn't lazy. He worked hard on the farm, but unlike the other 2, he seemed to value people more than profit. Now, let's talk about their investments. Matteo, with his higher risk, higher reward strategy, put the entire $10,000 into a rising Bitcoin project. Just 3 months later, his gamble paid off spectacularly. The price skyrocketed 100 times. He celebrated loudly, boasting to the old men, "I'm going to win this. This is my destiny." But while he was celebrating, his phone buzzed. It was his parents. His mother had developed a serious heart condition, and his father had just lost his job. They were desperate and begged him for help. Matteo glanced at the screen and ignored their calls. "I'm about to win the inheritance," he muttered to himself, muting his phone. "Do not disturb me again." He then went a step further and blocked their number completely. Meanwhile, Lucas's hard work was also bearing fruit. He managed to buy 2 cheap farmlands in a neighboring province with his $10,000. Then luck struck. A new highway project was announced nearby. The value of his land multiplied 5 times overnight, and it was still climbing. He was overjoyed. But just like Matteo, he received a troubling message. It was from his mother. "Son, your father fell from a ladder. We have no money for his treatment." Lucas read the message, his face cold and unmoving. He deleted it without a second thought. "After I win the inheritance, I'll give them more than enough anyway," he reasoned. The next day, he changed his number so they could no longer reach him. Tomas's journey was different. He invested small portions of his money into local crops and small business shares. For a while, he was actually doing quite well, even catching up to the others. He once told Elias, "If I get lucky, maybe I can actually compete with Matteo and Lucas." But fate had other plans for him. One rainy evening, he received a trembling call from his aunt. "Tomas, your parents, they're both in the hospital. We don't have enough money. Please, you have to come." Tomas didn't hesitate for a second. He didn't think about the inheritance. He didn't think about the competition. He immediately withdrew everything he had, his crypto, his stocks, his savings. He spent the entire $10,000 to save his parents. When he finally returned to the farm, he looked exhausted, but he was at peace. Matteo saw him and laughed. "So you're out of the competition already?" Lucas just smirked. One less rival to worry about. Tomas simply smiled back at them. "Family is worth more than any amount of money. If I had to do it all over again, I would make the same choice." But Elias and Ramon were not fools. They were soldiers, investigators, and hunters. They had seen everything. what you earned? Nothing. Thomas lowered his head but remained silent. Elias smiled warmly, which is why Ramon finished the sentence. You are the heir. Matteo shot up, his face filled with disbelief. What? But I earned the most. I won, Lucas shouted, his voice cracking with anger. He has zero return. He failed the test. Ramon replied calmly, his voice echoing in the quiet barn. We were not searching for the richest heir. We were searching for the most worthy one. Elias continued, his eyes full of wisdom. A man who abandons his parents for wealth abandons his own soul, but a man who sacrifices everything for his family, that man is priceless. Matteo clenched his fists in fury. Lucas, defeated and ashamed, stormed out of the barn. Tomas knelt on the ground, overwhelmed with tears. I don't deserve this. Ramon placed a steady hand on his shoulder. The world needs wealth, yes, but more than that, it needs men with heart. Sometimes you have to bend the rules to do the right thing. This story teaches us a powerful lesson. Wealth means nothing without compassion. Money can grow, but a heart that loves grows stronger. The greatest investment you can ever make is in your family. The returns may not be financial, but they are truly priceless. Success without kindness is just another form of failure. True character is always revealed when you're forced to choose between profit and people. And often, the right choice is the hardest one to make. Tomas may have lost the competition, but he won something far more valuable, the hearts of the old men and the future of the farm. Thanks for watching. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this.